wabarakatuh. Today, me and my friends will present about the Bukit Merah radiation pollution. For interaction, human activities produce a rise in natural radiation levels, which is known as radioactive pollution. Human activities are believed to be responsible for around 20% of the radiation we are exposed to. Activities involving radioactive materials, such as mining, handling and processing of radioactive materials, handling and storage of radioactive waste, and the use of radioactive reactions to generate energy, which is a nuclear power plant, as well as the use of radiation in medicine like X-ray and research. We are all examples of human activities that can release radiation. This example photo of radiation in Perak. The 1982 Bukit Merah radioactive pollution was an instance of radioactive waste pollution in the Kinta district of central Perak, Malaysia. Despite the shutdown of the factory that became the source of pollution in 1994. The resolution of the pollution case took several years to complete, with no recognition of obligation from corporation involved. As the rare earth Sandra ARE was found in 1979 at Bukit Merah, Perak to harvest yttrium. The company's major shareholder were Mitsubishi Chemical Industries Ltd and Bech Minerals, both with 35% stake, with Tabung Haji and other Bumiputra business people owning smaller share. In 1982, the newly formed business began mining yttrium from monazite, a mineral that includes a variety of earth elements that are radioactive, including thorium and uranium. Residents from a nearby town of Papan began to complain about an unpleasant odor and smoke from the factory, and they also experienced respiratory difficulties as a result of the pollution. The residents later discovering in 1984 that the extracting company of ARE helped build a waste channel to a disposal site near their town under the concern of the state government of Perak. For engineering management in society, engineering and society are the focus of engineering management in society. So engineering management is about it is two things that came out together, that is engineering and management. Engineering is the branch of science and technology concerned with the design, building engines, machines, and structure. The profession of having knowledge of the natural and mathematical science, accurate draft study, practice, and experience comes next. It is applied with judgment to develop ways to utilize economically the materials and force of nature for the benefit of mankind. Then, engineering is the combination of four science, economic, social, and practical knowledge in order to invent, design, build, maintain, and improve structure, machines, device, system, materials, and process. Management is the process of establishing objectives and goals of the organization periodically, designing the work system and the organization structure, and maintaining an environment in which individuals working together in groups accomplish their aims and objectives and goals of the organization effectively and efficiently. So engineering management is about discipline that address making and implementing decisions for strategy and operational leadership in current and emerging technologies and their impact on interrelated systems. Society is about the people around. It is a particular community of people who share the same custom, laws, etc. And a large group of people who live together in an organized way, making decisions about how to do things and sharing the work that needs to be done. All the people in the country or in several similar countries can be referred to as a society. For legal and regulatory obligation for public safety, workplace safety, and protection of the environment, regulation from the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, which is OSHA, apply to workplace safety regardless of the sector you work in. You need you need be aware and follow the rules that apply to your industry. Almost Almost any business is subject to general rules, and violation, violation can result in severe fines and penalties. Familiarize yourself with major workplace safety issues, including latest type of risk that your company will face, like workplace automation hazard, AIDS, and biohazard. Once you have grasped the government role in workplace safety regulation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ashraf bin Isnin. My metric number is 14dem20F1054. I'm gonna continue of my friend's present. That is duties of profession, employers and society. You can see use available source resource to develop and document a safe program and train your employees to avoid workplace accident. Once you have the necessary knowledge of your responsibilities and the safety issue involved. Most employers are covered by Occupational Safety and Health Act, which is comprehensive law, unless you are certain that your company is exempt. Assume that the law applies to you. In general, if you have employees, OSHA is likely to apply to you. If you don't have any, you're usually not covered. To business that hire independent contractors may still be subject to OSHA. A person engaged in a business affecting commerce who has employees is defined as an employer under Act, but this does not include the United States or any state or political subdivision of a state. Professional obligation and duties. The term professional obligation refers to activities that are both scheduled and unscheduled for employees. Employees have a professional responsibility to carry out their duties in an appropriate manner and location. Next, professional bodies in engineering. When radioactive materials are present or deposited in the atmosphere or environment, radioactive pollution occurs, especially when their presence is unintentional and poses a risk to the environment due to radioactive decay. Radioactive materials cause environmental destruction by emitting hazard ionizing radiation, that is radioactive decay, such as beta or alpha particles, gamma rays or neurons. A registered engineer must conduct himself honorably, responsibly, ethically, and lawfully in order to enhance the profession's honor, reputation, and utilities. A, a registered engineer must act as faithful agent or trustee for each employer or client. Next, the IOW Code of Professional Conduct. 1. Street Drainage and Building Act 1974, Act 133. Uniform Building Bylaws Act 955. Water Service Industry Act 2006. Town and Country Planning Act 172. Fire Service Act 1988, Act 341. Electric Supply Act 1990, Amendment 20, 2001. Gas Supply Act 1993. So next, Structure Malaysian Green Technology Master Plan. That is, in order to achieve a low carbon, resource efficient economy, the Green Technology Master Plan outlines the long-term plans for green technology development. This document lays out the country's immediate path to green growth. Next, discover invention and innovation towards sustainability and green technology. Green technology plays a strategic role in achieving energy independence and combating climate change. Green technology also contributes to the growth of a knowledge society that promotes the use of sustainable energy and a better way of life. We can live more sustainable if we increase our environment literacy, learn from nature, simplify our lives, and participate as active citizens in environmental development, investigation, and subsequent events. In order to support their claims, residents of Papan formed the Bukit Merah Act Commit with assistance from citizens of nearby towns such as Bukit Merah, Lahad Menglembu, and Taman Bidari Shah. A local environmentalist group, Sahabat Alam Malaysia, the ISAM, paid a visit to the commit and measured radiation levels in an open space and a pool near the factory, concluding that radiation levels were 88 times higher than the upper limits allowed by the International Commission on Radiological Protection (ICRP), and submitting a memorandum to country's Prime Minister. As a result of mounting pressure, three international nuclear experts from Japan, the United Kingdom, and United States were present when the Malaysian government invited a team from International Atomic Energy Agency (IAEA) to the factory. They also discovered that the waste channel of is completely unsafe for the general public. After that, a Japanese expert was summoned to gather more evidence, and he discovered that the radiation levels were 800 times the permitted maximum level.
Solution to radioactive pollution. There are many types of solutions to radioactive pollution like proper method of disposing of radioactive waste. Radioactive waste still has some level of radiation, proper labeling, banning of nuclear tests, alternative energy source, proper storage using precaution at the personal level. However, then Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad responded that the government had taken all precaution to ensure safety and that the construction of a radioactive landfill will proceed regardless of protest. The then Minister of Science, Technology and Environment Stephen Yong Kwek-zi also denied any potential hazards and insisted that the landfill was safe because it was built under strict regulation challenging affected residents to support their claim. Despite the finding of international experts, the government decided to continue the activities, prompting residents to protest and go on a hunger strike in protest of the government's decision. Malaysia Deputy Prime Minister Musa Hitam visited the site in 1985 and a subsequent cabinet meeting led by the region was held to relocate the landfill to Kledang, about 5 kilometers from the urban area. Following the third revelation, the federal government told the Prime Minister of Nem Kasitah Gadam stated that the level was still safety exceeding the limit due to factors such as the small number of sites. The creative and innovative skill. Through environment-friendly method, green technology has successfully solved the chemical disposal crisis. Beginning in 2014, the statistics show a 5% annual decrease with the world expected to be restored by 2025. The importance of work ethic by law and professionalism in engineering profession. Engineering is a well-researched and important field. Engineers are expected to uphold the highest levels of honest and integrity as members of this profession. Engineer has a direct and significant impact on everyone's quality of life. As a result, engineer service must be based on honest, fairness, justice, and fairness, as well as a commitment to protecting public health, safety, and welfare. Engineers must adhere to professional conduct standards that demand adherence to the highest ethical principles. Conclusion: the outcome of the pollution case took several years to complete with no acknowledgement of responsibilities from companies involved despite the closure of factory in 1994 that became the source of pollution. Thank you.